dancers. You are manager of Evolution Dance Studio and assistant director of Belly Dance Evolution. You're doing a big and great job. Tell us something about you. What was your first contact with belly dance?
My first contact with belly dance was with Jelena 9 years ago. A friend of mine was a member of the Safamba dancers, and they were looking for new dancers. So she told Jelena about me. I'd never belly danced before. I came from a jazz and ballet background. So I came in, I learned the show in a week, performed, and Jelena must have liked me because she asked me to stay, and 9 years later, I'm still doing it.
That's great. So, as you told me, you have big basement on different styles like ballet, jazz. Is there any other style you focus on, like I don't know, Bollywood, except belly dance, some other style?
Yeah, I've studied some Bollywood. I grew up doing also ballroom dance. That was a really big influence on me. I really enjoyed learning partner dancing. And then, yeah, in the most recent years has been belly dance, the different folkloric dances, and Bollywood. So that's like my new solo for the show.
Yeah, yeah. And are you going to try, I don't know, I'm just asking, for example, tribal fusion?
I actually would love to try tribal fusion. It's something I find it very captivating, and I'm a little bit of a rocker girl at heart. So there's something about it that really touches me. So I need to find the time, but I actually would really like to learn how to do tribal.
Okay. Okay, so the hard question, I think, if you can choose between classical Egyptian style or modern styles, I don't know, like veils, fan veils, and all the expressions with using props, what would you choose?
I would choose modern, like fusion style. I really like being able to incorporate acting in my dance, and classical is really beautiful, but I do like being able to fuse different styles together because I do come from a different background. And with jazz and ballet, they fuse a lot of different styles together too, and using props, I find it very exciting. So yeah, I'm partial to the more modern styles.
I'm asking because I saw some video on YouTube, you dancing classical, and it was really amazing because it was something different that I saw before.
I do really appreciate the classical style, so it is nice to have to be able to do that and have that in your repertoire. So that if it's all modern, a lot of people don't really appreciate modern. So if it's all that, it's nice to be able to do both.
Yeah, yeah. What do you think about belly dance in the world? Do you think, is it evolving?
Evolving?
Evolving, yeah?
Absolutely. It's definitely evolving. It's becoming a lot more popular around the world, and it's been getting I think in the public eye, a lot more recognition, and people are now starting to learn and find out what it is about historically, not just, what they've seen in the movies in the past and just shaky, shaky, shaky. They're actually learning about the history of it and where it comes from. And it is evolving because I think dances itself, it can't stay stagnant. It needs to evolve, and people are learning to incorporate different styles with it, whether or not it's new tricks or new movements or props, or now with the Belly Dance Evolution show, incorporating acting and telling a story with it. So I definitely think it's evolving in a good way.
Yeah, yeah. Because there are many dancers who think that belly dance should be the style it was, like classical Egyptian, okay, folkloric styles, and some of the dancers really don't like to fuse. But what do you think about it? Because when you fuse some dance, it's really evolving to something else, and it could be really nice, like using the new props. So what do you think?
I think there's a place for everything. Art is art because you're able to create something, and it's really in the end, it's all about communication and what you want to communicate to somebody. Classical style is beautiful, and people that really are purists and really focus on the classical style and really know that are beautiful to watch. There's nothing wrong with that. But I also don't think that there's anything wrong with fusing different styles together and trying to make something different with it. As long as you know where it comes from and you're not necessarily degrading the dance style. I think it's very important to be able to be allowed as an artist to create what you feel like creating and what you want to communicate. So I don't try to knock anybody's different style, but you should let the people know it is fusion. Don't do a fusion piece and say it's classical because you will upset some people.
Yeah. Okay. Now, what's your inspiration in dance? Which belly dancer influenced you at the most?
Well, Jelena definitely influenced me the most as a dancer. She was my original teacher and my main teacher, and I still, I've been dancing with her for 9 years, and I still learn new things from her. Um, so she definitely is someone that's inspired me. Growing up, I had different, inspirations in different styles, but Jelena is still definitely my main influence.
And if you can name for us some other dance or the dance style you really say, oh my god, this dancer, well, I want to be not like her, but this is something I can have also. Is there something?
Going out of belly dance and going into what they call contemporary dance, which is like a fusion of ballet and jazz and modern. There's a choreographer based in Los Angeles. Her name is Sonia. She works a lot on the show So You Think You Can Dance, and she actually works and dances at Evolution Dance Studios. But I love her choreography. She really thinks outside the box, and she creates these really interesting pieces and uses really interesting music. And as a choreographer, I'm very much influenced by her. Not necessarily the style, but the fact that she goes past like the line of what seems standard. She really thinks outside the box and pushes the boundaries, and that I'm really just like blown away by her.
From where do you take inspiration for making group choreographies?
I get inspired by group choreographies. Well, I grew up dancing and performing groups, so I've always worked in groups, and that's just how I grew up and trained. So I really do prefer actually dancing with a group versus as a soloist. I get inspired because there's a lot more you can do with formations, pictures. There's a lot more variety and dynamics dancing with a group, and I really feed off of the energy of dancing with another dancer versus just by myself. So I feel that there's this camaraderie that you get in dancing with a group, and that's why I get inspired doing group choreography.
And what are your plans as a soloist for future?
Well, I'm enjoying doing the whole belly dance evolution thing and soloing with that. I'm more than happy to go on and teach workshops and dance as a soloist. But because I do enjoy working with people and in a group, I think I'll want to continue doing belly dance evolution or continue working with the Sahila dancers or some sort of group activity. But we'll see. You never know where the future will take you and what kind of opportunities will open from this. As long as I get to keep dancing, I'm happy.
Thank you for interview.
You're welcome.